run another slate in?
Run another slate?
Yeah, stick a slate in there.
Do you want to
Mark it.
Do you want to drift a little bit?
So the purpose of this project was to really demonstrate the P1 camera, Sony's P1 camera, in a 3D application. Being a very small camera, the P1 is ideally suited for 3D. And we wanted to test the dynamic range and the colorimetry of the camera in a 3D shoot. We shot in South Bay Studios because South Bay is ideally suited for shooting cars. Big Fisher light over the top, you put a Techno crane with the Element Technica rig on it, which is a beam splitter rig with two P1s, which allowed us to float the camera out over the car, get beautiful lighting, and really see the quality of the P1 camera without a lot of other factors coming into it. So we could really see what we call the liquid metal of the car when the light is passing down it. And you can really analyze the blacks of the camera, the grain of the camera, and really the colorimetry, the quality of the camera, and how it performs in a 3D application.
This remote control, or it's called a handheld controller, controls I/O and convergence. I/O being how far apart the cameras are, convergence being how they tow in. So as the camera's moving, then I can move either one, and you can see it. Can you see it? You can see the camera moving in there, right in here. And that's being done. That's being done from this here, where we have it marked with the various distances in the I/Os. And then during the shot, I can dynamically control all of that.
One of the challenges, because you're going through a mirror, is the sensitivity. You're losing a stop right off the bat. So the P1 being a very sensitive camera, you can get a high sensitivity with low signal to noise ratio. So you get a very quiet image, beautiful colorimetry, very, very smooth image. But you can only do that because the P1 is so sensitive. On another hand, the size of the camera is an enormous advantage, because when you couple this camera with a small Fujinon zoom, and the zooms have to be slaved together, so they have to be highly calibrated, which the Fujinon lenses are perfect for. We actually use quite a bit of Sony product in this shoot, from the camera's shooting to the convergence box, if you will, that Sony has just come up with.
I'm using the Sony box today to do some post adjustments to some images. I can actually correct for vertical, horizontal displacement. I can do towing in or convergence or simulated convergence. I can do rotation. Pretty much all the functions that I would need and maybe wish I had done on the set and didn't do, I can do here. And this is also a production tool. You can actually, on the set, suddenly if there should be a problem with the mirror or the cameras, and you don't have time to fix it, you can make the adjustments here in the Sony box.
Of course, we viewed everything on beautiful Sony 3D monitors, which give you a beautiful 3D experience on set with circular polarized glasses. And the Sony SRW1 allowed us to do 30p in dual stream interleaved on one tape.
Okay, what we're doing here is we're recording both cameras to tape. The tape deck over here, it's HDCam SR tape. So it's a very simple bulletproof system. The two cameras are married together and physically in the one place. They can never be separated or get out of step with each other.
Not only did we use the Sony P1 cameras, but the entire integrated chain of 3D tools that Sony brought to the table was really amazing. All the way through to the post-production, the El-Chemi transcoder allowed us to essentially transcode all the dual stream masters in double real time, which saved a tremendous amount of time in post-production.
The tricky part for 3D in these kind of shots is to keep the foreground from hurting your eyes and hold the background also, and that'll be the challenge.
So, here we are at Light Iron, ready to do a Pablo session or optimize our 3D.
If the two eyes aren't balanced as far as color and contrast, each eye is going to see something different, and when the 3D illusion happens, that difference will stick out to your brain, and you'll basically see a flicker effect.
In conclusion, I would say that following this shoot, using all of the Sony product, that Sony has the most integrated line of equipment for shooting 3D of anyone in the market. All the way from cameras to monitors to boxes that allow you to adjust your 3D experience on the fly. Shooting 3D is tough, so you need an integrated product line, which is exactly what Sony has done with all their equipment.